Hi, my name is Oscar Ivan Zúñiga Cabrera, a student of graphic design, and I'm gonna show you what does it mean to go global. Well, in general terms, it means that we have to look beyond our normal environment and try to connect with other worlds. We need to be aware and stay informed of what is happening in the world, as well as being related to the event that happens on a daily basis, even if it is not directly related to us. Another feature that characterizes it is that it does not stay with what it sees in its environment. The main concern for a person who wants to be a global, it is in fact that there can be cultural clashes, like Japan or other countries. Since for us, what can be normal in our environment has a totally different meaning in other parts of the world. And this can generate problems of different kinds, from offending a person to being harmed for the simple fact of being unknown. Another concern will be the language barriers, since it can be difficult and in some cases impossible to understand what another person wants to tell us. And learning the language of the place we visit can be slow or difficult, but speak as if to understand. How we can be in touch with the global community? Well, what I think I can do to be in contact is to um, avoid the misunderstanding when the place far from my natural environment. I must do the homework of investigate many factors from the meaning of each action, their customs, what they find offensive, as well as practicing the language or at least the phrases that can be help me communicate of the most common, like where is the boss or hi. We need to consider the values of a global person. Uh, to be a global people, we must have a series of essential values that will help us see beyond our environment and enter the surroundings. We must always take into as this will allow us to adapt faster and in a better way to the needs and expectations of other people in their countries. Um, Other values that are also essential are the freedom of speech, and in general, and diversity, since we will be constantly facing changing, and the different perspectives of other people. Uh, what behavior should we avoid if we want to be global? Well, just as we have values that are consistent with globalization, we also have attitudes and behaviors that go against it, such as not tolerating diversity by showing negative feelings to what is different, being arrogant and think that our country is the best of all, or culture, or food, or etc. Um, Advantage of being global. Well, having a culture of globalization uh, is relatively good, I think, since currently everything that surrounds us has certainly characteristics from different parts of the world, adopting it as something normal or at least more tolerable. For a long time and in the present, the connection that we all have is becoming more and more noticeable with other cultures and countries. Uh, in the economic point of view, we adopted a capitalist system that connects us from all the world, in which the decisions of each country influence the global economy. In addition, being global has allowed us to make great progress in terms of science and technology, like the International Space Station. and various products that reach the hands of any individual, no matter where they are located. Uh, if it is true that being global has many advantages, but in the same way, it will harm us in different ways, like loss of national identity. The societies are increasingly similar to each other with the same cultural taste, fashions, um, etc. Since what becomes a trend in one place also does in through the world. Another example is the increase of uh, unemploy- unemployment development countries, because the large companies prefer to go to another countries where the labor is cheaper. In conclusion, globalization is a good thing as it help us to develop faster technologically, economically, as well as individuals, and allow us to see a more complete environment of us. Thank you so very much for your attention.